My name's Kevin Keefe, and I was the first president of the Alzheimer Society of Nova Scotia. 40 years ago, there was a support group meeting for Alzheimer patients or Alzheimer families. I said, these people obviously needed me. I can do all of that stuff, get it registered, get a name, get a number, get the whole 9 yards. I was there because I was already through it, I'd been there, done that. But everybody else in that room were right in the middle of it. And I looked around and I saw them all, and it brought it all back to me. You've got a relative with Alzheimer's at home. You don't have any time whatsoever to do anything. When I was involved with caring for my mother and everything, there was no support. There was nothing. And she was at 61. She was really young when she had it. So one of the big things was always with the Provincial Society was awareness, creating the awareness of Alzheimer's, because almost everybody knew it. It was just one of the things that happen to you when you get older. We didn't have any kind of structure to begin with and all that, or funding or anything like that. 40 years later, you've got really well-organized, well-represented, highly visible organizations that are fighting for this, and that's a major success as far as I'm concerned.
It's amazing to think of how far the Society has come. From gathering at a church in 1982 to becoming an organization of over 30 staff supporting thousands of people here in 2023. In addition to our support programs, we are also fully committed to supporting the research initiatives that focus on therapies and ultimately a cure. Until that day, the Alzheimer's Society will continue to be here for all Nova Scotians on the dementia journey. It's also important to acknowledge what hasn't changed. We are still struggling to ensure access to a timely diagnosis. We have well over 100,000 people in Nova Scotia without a family doctor, and accessing culturally appropriate support and even support for those who live rurally is still a major challenge. It's one we are committed to facing. Our services are needed now more than ever, and we invite you to be a part of it by supporting our work.
For 4 decades, the Alzheimer's Society of Nova Scotia has provided crucial programming and services, education, and support. They have been and will continue to be a partner as we look to the future and work to change the conversation about dementia in our province. And we do need to change the conversation. Not only because the number of Nova Scotians living with dementia is set to almost double in the next 30 years, but because it can happen to me, to you, to someone we love, and likely to someone we know. We'd all like to hope the Society won't need to be here 40 years from now, but today we are needed more than ever, which is why our partners, funders, donors, and volunteers are at the heart of creating greater awareness, understanding, and impact. Please join us as we shape the future for Nova Scotians affected by dementia.